Hello, everyone, and welcome to this surprise special edition of the Virtual Railroader Academy. As always, I'm Professor Casey. Joining me this evening are good friends Squiggy and Hostler hanging out, and we are playing the brand new Derail Valley Simulator update. Well, I'm playing it on my end. I think Squiggy's playing it in VR on his end.
Yeah, in a little bit. Yeah, I will shortly.
So we're going to be doing some fun Steam stuff. I've been messing around with this a little bit. I wanted to give you guys a good, honest reaction. And then, so like I hopped in just to like learn the controls. And then I had so much fun playing. I accidentally played 8 hours worth of this already. Um, so you're not gonna get my first reaction like I originally wanted, but you are gonna get my reaction. I am pleasantly surprised with what Derail Valley has done. So let's hop in and get going. Got a Steam engine here, so get that guy out and put that down like that. Give us some working light in here. Okay. So, steam engines, fun mythical beasts. We'll get some coal going into the hole here and get that lid off. And can't really. Does it simulate? I haven't tried this. Does the blower do anything yet?
From what I understand, it will
Yes.
draw air to the firebox and have the fire burn hotter, though it will consume coal faster.
Uh, yeah, I'm noticing that high fuel consumption right now. I was curious if the blower worked before you had steam pressure, and it obviously does. Alright, so that's going. Pressure's coming up. So, I'm gonna let that pressure come up, let that temp come up reasonably. And one thing we'll notice is that this is cool. The water in the glass goes up as the pressure builds, which is absolutely a thing that the real things do. This started down here at below a quarter of a glass, and it's going to be probably up here at nearly a full glass by the time we're done. And that's absolutely how these things work, and I love it because when you raise pressure, you're pushing down on that water, which is going to push it up because it's going to expand a little bit. Fluid dynamics and all that. That's a really bad explanation of it, but like the water is going to expand as you raise pressure,
Yay, science!
right? Look at that. See, that's. But how cool is that? I was freaking out when I saw this the first time. All right, give it a little more blower. I think this thing pops off at like 14 bar. And just making all of the black smoke.
Yeah, if this was multiplayer and you got to do as much with the steam engine as you're showing off, this would definitely be like a two-man crew for the locomotive itself. It
Oh,
would be a nice touch.
easily a two-man crew. Okay. I got the dynamo going, and in here is the air compressor. And I just love that it does the little air compressor chunk noise. That is, oh, I love that so much. And we'll get the
Yep.
lubricator going. Just all of the black smoke. It's one of the things I'm not really a huge fan of this of this. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a message from one. Alright, there we go. Back in this. Alright, pressure's coming up nicely. Our main res is up, our brake pipe's up. Alright, and there we go. Nope, haven't forgotten to put water in it. There's plenty of water in the glass. And if we check our tender... Oh, later. There's plenty of water in there. So we are good on those accounts. Alright, Joe, yes, if I blew anything up yet. Yeah, I was 0 for 4 on steam engines for the first 8 hours that I played this. I didn't realize how quickly they consume water now. And kind of forgot about the water situation. So I blew up 3 of them. Or 4 of them. Alright. Water's come up. Kick off that. Kick off that. And we'll knock off our handbrake. Well, and this is my favorite thing. If we look, they're doing the thing, opposite sides, and when the valve motion switches, it starts coming out of the other side. I absolutely love that. I have yet to see a game do that. It's perfect.
I thought Railroaders Online had that, didn't they?
No, it just comes out of one spot. It doesn't bounce back and forth like this.
Okay.
It's... You know, I personally, I know I underestimated Derail Valley on what they were doing with the simulator. And I am absolutely blown away.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. We'll be good stewards. We'll leave our bell on as we're rolling through the yard here. See, this is where I think two-player, like multiplayer, would come in really handy.
I can tell the whistle has been updated. Sorry, the whistle
Switch for the
audio has
lights.
been updated.
It has. We think it's a CNJ3.
Oh.
No, that light underneath the headlight switches to your gear lights. So, this is cool. A lot of my engines have this for nighttime running. You have a light shining on the running gear, so that way you can see when it's slipping. And you can see where your radius rod is. That rod up there, which is perma stuck in reverse. That's kind of my one complaint, is that they don't have animated valve gear. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, am I right? Alright, close those off. Hopefully the game audio is loud enough for you guys. Turn the gun off. Oh, right. Giant cloud. Can't see. Alright, got her a little hot. We're gonna cool it on the blower. Run the gun a little bit. And you'll notice how the water's just bouncing as we're going down the tracks. And that's just the... I love that. I love that so much. That's how that works. That's why, as firemen, you're so mindful of where your water's at. And knowing your territory. Because it's always moving. And you gotta know what normal bouncing looks like and what abnormal bouncing looks like. Alright, cool. Now for this first thing, not gonna do a real job right off the bat. So I just want to talk about steam engines for a while. Come on, darling. There we go. There we go. Okay, come on, darling. Why don't you want to move? No, not that. That control, that control. What am I forgetting? That big of a grade in here?
In previous versions, I do remember it being a stiff grade.
Oh,
that tunnel.
Tunnel's in a 1.3% grade. That's quite the little hill.
Yep.
There we go. Now we're rolling nice. See, that's one, like, Steam started working so much better. That's so, like, as soon as I shut my throttle, we get little safety lift. Because I stopped using that steam, and now it's able to lift just that much. Get our bell going here for this crossing. Hey, we found the cars. That's what buffers are for, right? You just slam into them.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't serving anything for dinner yet.
It's not dinner time. Alright, get that bell off. Alright. And let me that up. Alright, hopefully that's a better balance for you guys. It was starting to bother me a little bit too that I was hearing more music than steam engine. Alright, get some water going. So we got that downhill coming out, so when we hit that downhill, all that water's going to run forward. I'm going to lose water in my glass. I'm going to get the blower going. Get my fire temp coming up. And get some more water. And you got to get it hot to add water. And that's everything I teach my students in real life. Get her hot, then add water. So we are going to get her hot. And then add water. Over 600. More water. 3/4 of a glass. That should carry us. That should be fine. Turn that down. Bell on. Quiet whistle. Get the reverser kicked forward. Cylinder cocks kicked open. Oh. Hit so hard I knocked over my light. That's cool.
Yeah, very realistic.
Like I said, like, I'm pleasantly surprised with this. Oh, I know what I forgot. Handbrake. Yeah, it was just the one. Okay. And see, that's what I love. As you're starting to work steam, your steam chest pressure gauge is bouncing, right? Because it's filling up with steam, then it's exhausting. It's filling up with steam, then it's exhausting. And it's doing that little dance. And the game gives us that little dance. Close that. And as we close our cylinder cocks, it starts bouncing less because we're not exhausting that steam out of the cylinder cocks and the stack. We're sending it all straight out of the stack now. So it bounces a little bit less because we're not exhausting it. It's weird, it's hard to explain, but that's the correct thing. As I wind... See, that's one thing this is getting wrong. As you wind back your reverser, your steam chest pressure should increase if you leave your throttle alone. Alright. Close up our doors here. And we're coming into that downhill, so we'll close that, roll that forward, and we'll just crack our throttle a little bit to keep things lubricated. And we'll get our gun on, because we're still making steam. Oop, and level set with the brakes. And I gotta run ahead and get our switch over here. Is that switch further than I thought? The switch is probably further than I thought. Oh, cool. That's in the right spot. Okay. Run back to the train. See, this is where multiplayer would come in handy. I can send Shaq ahead to go check my switch, while me and the firemen are taking care of the engine. Alright, just keep some fuel going in. We have the gun on just a little bit to keep building up water. I don't really want to get that above half a glass, because I think we're coming onto the flattened level next. Excuse me. Sorry, we got a new kitten, so she was doing something dumb, trying to climb up my bookshelf with my record collection on it, so I had to go pull her down. But yeah, so I don't want to get that water much above a half. Keep running that gun a little bit to keep that water level where I want it. Ebon, yes you can. I am playing on the most realistic difficulty setting. Because I thought in sandbox mode you can just do everything no matter what. And apparently that's not the case. So, yeah, I'm just playing on a terrible mode. Now this is a vibe. Alright, let's get that reverser rolled back. Get the gun off and see how high our water is now. So let's... Good, we're not getting any squishy water sounds coming out of those. So now it's just rock and roll. Keep the gun off, let the water work itself down a little. And this is one thing I love, is how much this cab absolutely moves. This is exactly like the real thing, where you're just shaking, rocking, and rolling the whole time. You're bouncing over the tracks. Someone who can do the math, what's 65 kilometers an hour in cheeseburgers per mile, please?
Give me a minute. So you said 65? I think it's around 40. No, 40 miles an hour.
I'm guessing this game is made in Europe.
It is. They have. I've heard plans for an American map, and American engines. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, some of the things I wish it did a little bit better. I wish you could fire by the stack color. Because I remember Zybox mod was really good at that. So you could fire by the color of the smoke coming out of the stack. This is just black smoke as soon as you put coal in. Alright, get that gun on, so that way we're getting some water going in. Let's see how our usage is here. Not bad. Shut the gun off, get our throttle worked out, and we'll roll that forward a bit.
All that squeaking in the background, is that actual wheel slip?
It's actual wheel slip, so let's make it happen.
Nice.
As I'm now going to stall this little train out on the grade, but because I did that. Oh. Well, no wonder we're putting on a show. I have a 2-bar set. There we go. And get some water going in. Want to just knock that down a little bit and see that my water level's going up. Alright, so now we can work that back. This is just an absolute vibe. Let's rail fan for a bit here. That's steam. That's the right thing. And the sounds. They did an awesome job with the audio mix on this. The audio is super immersive. Alright, let's get back into here before I blow up another engine. Shut the gun off. And try not to use my brakes and let this hill carry me up over. And slow me down. Alright, looks like we're lined the correct way all the way through.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a hill.
Oh, just wait, we got a nice 2% we're coming up on. And we'll get the bell on.
Yes, I've headed that way out of the steel mill many times in my playthrough on here, and heading toward the either the harbor or the lumber camp. Going that way, you have a particularly bothersome grade.
Hi, Whistle. Thank you. See, look at this. You got the tender and the engine moving different way. This is what steam engines are about. And this is why I think this game is absolutely knocking it out of the park right now. I barely got the throttle cracked. I'm working, what is that, 1 bar of steam? Rolled back damn near center. Coming up to a grade, and we're just gonna bring her out. Mouse sensitivity did something weird there. We're just hauling up this grade. Plus this 1 This is what I love about Steam. This is what I love about Steam at speed. This feels right. Let's get the gun on a little bit. Plus, although my water's at 3/4, I know we're going to level off here soon. So I want to get that water up closer to a full glass. That way when we level off, it drops to about half. I'm going to get that gun on until I start seeing the pressure drop a little. Shut that a little bit as we go through the spicy bit here. And I'm just going to keep our fire going. Don't want to make too much steam. Later, Flying Scotsman. Thanks for popping in. Let's see, this is... Hi, Whistle. Alright, get the blower on. And we've leveled off. Or, we got our, we filled it up the right, we got our water to where I want it. Just a little blip in the top of the glass. We're just gonna keep that throttle out a little bit. Keep the power on. Remember, you want to maintain, not gain, not lose. The goal is to just maintain what you're doing. If you wanted to accelerate, you should have already been set up for that. Oh, and I used a lot of my sand. Whoops. And we're in the 100-mile-an-hour section. We're just gonna... It wheel slips very easily. Like, as soon as you get over 12 bar, you wheel slip. When, like, I've had my steam chest and my boiler pressure be equal to each other. So 200 psi in the boiler, 200 psi in the steam chest. And you're fine, but this seems to slip, so it's... Hopefully that gets patched at some point, or there's a mod or that comes out for it. That'd be really nice. Coming up to an 80, still maintaining 60. See, that's annoying. Oh well, it is what it is. On to 70. Close that a little bit. Roll that forward and take a small set. And put it in the lap. And I love this. Real self-lap, real non-self-lapping brakes. Close the throttle a little bit more. And kick them off. Bring the throttle back out. And see how after we come off that hill, the water's now bouncing back around half. We're creeping back up to 14 bar. Gotta keep that fire going, we'll get some more water in. I want to keep it around 13 right now, because I don't need all of that steam anymore. Close that a couple, pull that forward. Is this downhill here? This is downhill here, right? So we're gonna close that throttle. Roll that forward.
You heading toward the harbor, or?
I am. I'm through the 100-mile-an-hour section.
Okay, yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm on the downhill.
Yeah, you'd be a bit downhill. It's like a slight downgrade. For you.
Full 1 bar set. Alright, so we'll just work a little bit of steam.
Yeah, once you go through a tunnel, you definitely want to make some applications.
Yeah, we're slowed back down to 30 kilometers.
Yep.
Okay. This is one thing that this got really well is like the audio cues. You hear all the clanking of the rods, the stuff behind you. It sounds like a steam engine, which I really appreciate. I'm blown away. Oh, look at that. So we dropped down that hill and look how much water we lost. Let's get our gun on. CA, I don't know what division this would be. The AM&W European division, maybe? Take a little 1 bar nibble. I don't even know if 1 bar is a nibble. I'm assuming 1 bar is a nibble. Just gonna take a little nibble of air, and...
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna step away for a few minutes, then I'll be hopping into Derail Valley in VR.
1 bar is 14. Okay, so that's a little more than a nibble. A nibble's like 8 psi, so I gotta go like half of that, less than half of that. We'll kick off that fairly large bite.
Oh no, that's a nice shot.
Right? Look, you got all the cars swaying back there too. Like, tell me that just doesn't look correct. CA, I said, I think it'd be our European division, not the Belgrade division. I don't know. We'll come up with lore for this at some point, I guess. If we end up doing more of these.
Yeah, Genesee, Wyoming owns like what, 10 roads in the U.S., 1 in Australia, 1 in Europe, and 1 in Britain somewheres.
And South America, they do the... This is a fun fact I learned recently. They do the railroad up to Machu Picchu, I think. I think that's them. Alright, get some water going in. I think so. Alright, get this back down to 13 bar. Usually you want to knock your pressure down 5 psi with each swig of the gun. But it's a video game. We can be rougher on this. And for everyone who sticks around till the end, I'll teach you how to blow up your steam engines very effectively in this game, because I've gotten it down to a science.
You're gonna pull a Gettysburg, huh?
I will intentionally pull a Gettysburg, for the content, and it's a little enjoyable. It's a good deterrent, as like something to worry about. Oh, hey, we should take a little nibble of air. Oh, we already had a little nibble of air. We should take a bigger nibble of air. And kick that off. 80 miles an hour, 1.5% downhill. Jesus. You
The
know,
first win.
I thought that was going to teleport me a lot further. See, this is just cool.
Yeah, like that would be an awesome screenshot right there.
We'll have to get a good screenshot for the image when it goes up on the YouTubes. Alright, take another little nibble of air. Get it into service. Lap. Oh, we should get more water into that. See, this is how I accidentally blew up so many times. I briefly stopped paying attention to my water, and the next thing I know, I'm down at, a quarter of a glass. Which, quarter of the glass is not terrible yet, but it is I gotta start thinking about getting some water into you territory. And kick it off. See, this is why I think you need 2 people. See, listen to that. You get all the click-clacks as it goes over the switch. It's got joint sounds. It is... Oh. Not what I wanted to do. They nailed their audio. Lap. Get a scoop of coal into there and turn down our blower a bit. How do we do? We used a lot of water. Get the gun on. Remember, where our water level is, it is kind of false, because we are on the flat, or we work on the hill. And notice how now, as we come onto the flat, we have a full glass of water. So, we're going to make some room. We're going to blow down. And that opens up a big hole on the side of the firebox. And you usually use that to get out sediment. And you're trying to keep what's called your TDS, your total dissolvable solids, at like 1,500 to 2,000 parts per million. So that's usually why you'd use a blowdown, is to keep your TDS at the proper level. Here in game, it's best used for just making room for water. Because fun facts, you can work water in this game, and blow up your cylinder heads. Don't ask me how I found that out. Why? See, this is why we need 2-man crews or 3-man crews. So I don't know where my train is. It's just rolling through the yard. Oh, there it is. Well, we're not dead. Positives. Alright, just gonna walk that reverser back a little bit and work a little bit of steam here. Let's see if we can power break this guy in.
Got to fix my audio settings on Discord, but I'm back, this time in VR.
Welcome back from the virtual world.
Yep. Yeah, I'm launching a fresh sandbox scenario as we speak.
Make sure you didn't delete your old save because you need all of your old licenses in order to be able to play in Sandbox.
Okay.
You can't just use whatever you want. So as long as you have your old save, you can play Sandbox. It's annoying. All right, let's drag through this set. This past weekend, we had a wedding charter. This past weekend? But it's Friday. Yeah, last weekend. Last weekend had a wedding charter. And power breaking's always been my hard point as an engineer. Getting the power breaking just perfect. Was working this wedding charter and didn't have a mark because we had a shortened train. And came in with the perfect power break. Just took a little nibble and dragged through this set. And like conductors like 1 car to a stop, half a car, quarter car, 20 feet, 10, 5, anywhere in here. And he said anywhere in here. I shut the throttle and I'm gonna blow this power brake. Cause I'm talking. That's not bad. You know, the whole thing's on here. All the doors are every car's on here. That's all that counts, right? But I had this perfect power brake, and it was just half a car, quarter, 10, 5, 1, shut off, and it was as soon as he said far enough, we were stopped, and we were in position, and was able to whistle off, and it was that moment when you can get like when you do something the way like you've always been trying to do it. Is just chef's kiss, beautiful moment. And I can never get power braking right in games. Just no one's yet to give me that satisfaction, and that's I'm always looking to be able to recapture that. Someday. Derail Valley's coming pretty close. Maybe if with an air brake mod I can figure it out. Okay. Well, what do you say we leave this thing here and go find an actual job to do?
Sounds good.
And we'll run some heavy tonnage. What is the mic good for? No, we're not. All of those are going away.
I think Mikado's good for up to 1,000 metric tons, including locomotive and tender.
I just love how you can pick up orders like, nope, throw it on the ground. Nope, throw it on the ground.
Okay, steel mill. Goods factory. Nope, not teleport. Machine factory, food factory. No shunting. And no sawmill. Food factory, machine factory. Food factory, city southwest. And machine factory. Alright, what's that? That's 300 tons plus 100 plus 273. Alright, so I said 330 plus 273 plus 99. That's 702 tons. Food factory, which is... Did we just come from there? Where did we come from? We came from goods factory. Alright, now we could go to food factory. That's a fun trip. That's 300 plus 300 plus 44. That's a reasonable train. Goods. We just came from goods factory. I don't know. You guys want to go back there? Or steel mill? Steel mill's boring. That's like half the distance. I think we do a nice long haul. So, what do you guys think? Machine factory or food factory?
Let's see. I think in terms of logistics, the machine factory, you're kind of a stone throws away from coal mine. Oh, does the machine factory now have steam servicing facility?
Machine factory does have steam servicing.
Okay.
Food factory does not.
Yeah, if it were me, I
But
would go for a machine factory. Anything with steam servicing facility.
see, here's the kicker. Cause I did a food factory trip earlier. And with a similar tonnage train, and I was out of water by the steel mill.
Yep.
What's SW in the bottom left? I don't think I've.
City
That's the,
Southwest.
no, not CSW. Below that, SW. Is that sawmill?
That's the that's the southwest that's the southwest yeah, that is the sawmill, I believe.
Oh no, we can't go there because I blew up something at the Y between the farm and the sawmill.
Oh.
So we can't go that way. So there's no machine factory is a tonnage train. So we'd be pushing our fuel coming out. We'd have to probably go to the steel mill, get water, and then continue on our way.
Probably. If I was gonna
I wish there was more watering locations.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you had a lighter train, what I would sometimes do is I would basically run what would be like a local freight, pick up a job or two at one spot, and then drop it off on the way. Like say if I was going from the steel mill, go drop off a job at the farm, pick up another one there on the way to my destination.
Yeah. I don't know. What does chat think? Let's take a look at what chat thinks. Gosara thinks food factory. Ebon says machine factory. So chat is also split. I don't know, what's the time bonus? Oh, 95 minutes to get to machine factory. You know what? I think I'm gonna swing for a machine factory with everyone. We'll have to do some funky switching moves and stop at the steel mill to get water. But I think machine factory, because that does have servicing facilities, and then we stand half a chance of being able to fuel up, and we'll head over to a food factory from there, I guess.
Yep.
All right, machine factory it is. Let's arrange this a little bit. Oh, no, compass. We don't need a compass. All right, we'll go get our lantern off the other engine. Is this thing blown up yet? No, but it's out of water. I'm just gonna...
Okay.
Just gonna take that. Nothing could possibly go wrong doing that. Alright, let's see what jobs we have. I need a notepad. Costs. I gotta write stuff down. Here we go, notepad. Alright, we're looking for the 90. 67. And the 06. Let's go find these guys. Oh, what? Should probably look at what types of cars. $99. $67. Hey guys, I think something blew up.
You think?
In a good way, or
We're done with that one. We'll get a new one.
I mean, yeah, that's probably not gonna go anywhere anytime soon.
That'll buff out.
Put some duct tape over it.
You need flex tape.
Yeah, just replace the boiler with oh, what the hell was that? Carbon fibers crap. Right?
Oh.
Too soon?
Is that too soon?
Well, I don't know, because it'd work better if it was being used as a pressurized chamber versus a freaking submarine hull, submersible hull. Before any freaking submariners get pissed off at me.
Where's BMAC? Is he here to complain about that yet?
I don't know, but coming from somebody who prevented the loss of a Peruvian submarine, I can still say that was pretty fucked up.
Yep.
Was there actually a boom though? Because I couldn't hear anything on my end.
Oh, you guys didn't hear the boom? It made a big boom.
Where was the boom? There was supposed to be a loud, earth-shattering kaboom.
Eh. This is the military base up here. It's not going to be over there. Alright, so there's one cut over here. What track is this on? The G3. Oh. Alright, so we're looking for cut 90 and cut 67. It's got to be over here in this big yard. Oh, cut 67. There we go. White, red, red, blue. $90, okay. we're gonna line this switch here. And line. Oh, cool, already lined for that track. Hell yeah, big brain, okay. Alright, and let's get our... our bomb. And we'll have to come knuckle back into that.
Well, while you're setting that up, I'm gonna attempt to fire up a Mikado in VR.
I've heard it's quite a lot of fun.
Yep.
Alright, so we get that blower going. Help us out with our steam production here. CA Railroader, you cannot bank a fire if you want to leave an engine. Though that would be really cool if you could. Maybe later. It's linked in their Steam discussions page is their like roadmap of everything they want to do, and it is absolutely mind-blowing with how much they would like to accomplish. So I highly recommend taking a look at that. They have a lot of really cool plans. Yes, you can re-rail it after it blows up. Apparently, you can take it back to the shops and fix it. Though I've never done that, because I'm playing in sandbox mode, so I just keep blowing them up and spawning new ones. Honestly, and you know, while we're waiting on pressure to build, this is kind of my big... Oh, I let my fire go out. This is my big complaint about Derail Valley is the gameplay loop it's the same things. Over and over again. So like there's not really a reason to bank the engine and continue going, and there's not really a reason to like play the company mode and re-rail it and fix it. Cause like there's always gonna be another one. Now I wish this was multiplayer. If this was multiplayer, this would be the best train game on the market today. Hands down, full stop.
Have they ever said as to when they plan on making it a multiplayer? Because
They've never officially said they're planning on making multiplayer. What they have said is, and as we're doing this, we'll get our mechanical lubricator turned on, which is not really a thing. You don't turn on your mechanical. You do turn on your air pump though. Oh god, I love that sound. I hope that comes across. The chunk, 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 chunk.
With the air compressor?
Yeah, that air compressor audio is beautiful.
Although I don't know why you'd have to climb up on top of the boiler to turn the dynamo on, because...
Yeah, same with the air compressor, you know, there'd be like a turret here, but meh.
I mean, it is European engine, maybe that's just how it is.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know enough about this thing. Alright, that's off. Good. Oh, cylinder cocks. So they haven't officially said they're doing multiplayer. What they have said is that if they were to do multiplayer, they'd want to add they'd want to add passing sidings, they'd want to add signals, and they'd want to smooth out some curves. All of those things are things that are on their roadmap. They also took 3 years to do. They also said that multiplayer would require a core rewrite of the game's code, and Simulator was billed as a core rewrite of the game's code. So, and this is my speculation, is I think they laid the groundwork for multiplayer while putting together Simulator. Alright, so I'll get that bar rolled forward and find the one handbrake that's on. Yeah, there's a multiplayer mod, or at least there was. Unity mod manager's going away. There's now a new mod thing. And it was jank. It was okay. Didn't really love it. Didn't really work right. So it wasn't really anything to write home about and to want to use. But maybe someone comes out with a new multiplayer mod, and I'd definitely try it. I'd love to get Nick into this and watch Nick try and keep up with firing an engine. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it would be. And I'm standing in the cab, my Mikado, watching it building up steam, and in VR, can't really describe it. You really do get a sense of scale.
I've heard the engine's huge in VR.
Yep. Yeah.
Right,
Wish y'all could see this. And I just found out the fire goes out fast.
Yes, it does. Alright, wait for it, and pop the air. Roll this back into reverse. Yes, high whistle. And get our gun turned on. Work the water up a little bit. I don't want to have super high water leaving here. I'm trying to keep this around a half right now. Because I know we're going to be heading up that hill. And that is going to cause our water to all rush back, and I don't want to work water. Alright, so let's get back. And this, where a conductor would come in handy.
It's really pouring outside the roundhouse in my game. Yep. Oh yeah, I just turned on the air compressor.
The air compressor sounds amazing.
Yep.
Oh, the switch that their audio immersion is just I'm in love. And I usually don't like raving about games and reviewing them as I play, but with how much Derail Valley got, I'm not gonna call it right, but good. Because to get it right would be a whole different ballgame. They got it. They did a very good job, and they got the feel correct, which is as important as getting it right. So the feel is correct of being Steam, and I love that.
I mean, yeah, you tried explaining basic fire mechanics to some game designer, and you pretty much destroyed them, if I remember correctly.
I did. Was helping her for a while. She except she did a really good job with the project that she was working on. Oh, fuck. No, she got it after a while. She created these tables for coming up with the Steam sim that could just be Steam tables and how to dupe that in a video game. She did a very good job with them, and it really got them right. But you know, uh, not understanding fluid dynamics and thermodynamics, it's not an easy task. And oh, we should tighten that guy up. All right, now we have to head over to the G3. Nope, nope, other forward, other forward, other forward. Some water going in. Keep that right around a half. See, that's... Oh. You could just close your eyes and listen to that. The cylinder cocks are doing the sh thing. Add some more water. Good, keeping that right around a half. Let's give it another swig of water before we hop off and wait at the switch. And we'll back that blower down as well. Good, close that throttle.
I remember there's a bell. There's a bell control on, right?
Yeah, there is. It's on the hydrostatic lubricator in the cab.
Okay.
Alright.
Ah, I see it.
Hop up into here. Some water going in. Alright. Alright, because I want to start getting that fire temp up. Because I want all of the heat for when we get out of here. For the hill. I'm going to want all of that heat to help get me up and over. Good, we're lined all the way in. Hope you guys are enjoying this little Saturday evening, little bonus stream for the week. And hope you guys tune in on Wednesday for a regularly scheduled stream. We're going to be talking about getting involved in railroading, whether it's tourist railroads, museums, working for the Class 1s. We're going to be talking all about that.
That was nice.
This is the right cut, right? I forgot to check. Yes. Except they kicked him. So tune in for that stream. We got a panel of 4 guests lined up, and we'll give you guys a sneak peek on who those 4 guests are if you stick around to the end. But we've got people who come from all walks of life in the railroading world. Class 1s, management, back shop, and heritage organizations. So I'm excited for it. It's a topic I'm passionate about. I love helping people navigate getting involved in their hobbies and getting out there. Alright, so that's gonna pump up. And we're gonna give it one more swig of water, get that back up to a half. Roll that forward. And kick that open. Get the blower going again.
All I can say is this must be kind of challenging in VR. I mean, I've seen Heist try it, but
Yeah, but I think that was before
Leave that blower
Simulator
on.
came out.
Alright, let's get our jobs turned in. And get on here and get the heck out of Dodge. Hit cap. And handbrake. I keep forgetting the handbrakes, these new things. Newfangled technology. I think it's gonna be the last car. Yeah.
ooh, they have a brake shoe squeals. That's nice.
It does. It's a nice audio cue that where you left the handbrake on.
Also, I just found out that they now have coaling towers and water columns.
They do. It's nice.
I'm just surprised that my fire bed is holding up nicely.
Alright, get that another swig of water. Roll that back a little bit more. Shut the water off. Whistle doesn't cool that well. But, you know, hopefully they can improve on that.
Yeah, I can verify that similar in VR.
Let's get a nice screenshot here. I wish the coal consumption was a little bit faster. It feels weird just throwing in like 3 scoops of coal and then stopping.
Yep.
That's not the button I wanted to hit. And we're on the grade, and we're gonna throttle back out, and we'll watch the water all rush back. You see that we went from half a glass to top of the glass. That's what I'm talking about with the water sloshing. And that's something you need to manage in real life too, and it's... I know I've talked about it a bunch, but I cannot believe that that exists in a video game. I'm just absolutely blown away by it. I'm blown away that that's even a thing. And now we're dropping down, so I'm gonna get the gun on. And I want to see that my pressure is not dropping. And water's... we're gonna turn that a couple of clicks there just to keep water flowing in. And hopefully that keeps up with demand. Got a nice hot fire, rip roaring. Let's shut the gun off so we don't work water. Alright, get the water going again as we're coming onto the level here. Work that up a little bit. And this is what steam railroading is all about. Right on the edge. Keeping her right on the cusp of slipping. Right on the cusp of steam and water. And it is... I very much enjoy that we can get close to that experience in a video game. And the sun's... see, this trip's gonna end up being a vibe. You got everything rocking and rolling in different directions. It's... they knocked this update out of the park. Let's get that... do a little bit of foaming and get that screenshot over here that we missed earlier. The opposite version. The sparks are a little bit, weird, but you know, whatever. Alright, let's not drown in the water and go catch up with this thing. Look at that water staying right where we want it. Our safety's not lifting, so we're staying just under the pops. This is where you become one with machine. I think that was the downhill sign, right? I think that's what that meant, the arrow that points down. So see, shut my throttle, instantly lifts. That's all how this works. I can't tell you how many times that I've screwed over the fireman because I've shut the throttle and then the safety lifts. Plus, you know, I had to shut the throttle unexpectedly, or you know, it's a respect thing. You know, you usually call out like drifting, easing off when you make a move, so that way the fireman can prepare and grab the blower or whatever, and or grab the injector or whatever they're gonna touch. And did that to a fireman one time and didn't tell him that I was shutting off and lift the safety. Do it a lot, you know, it happens. You forget to shout it out. But this is... If you're playing Derail Valley, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. And being right on the cusp of being right on the edge, that razor thin edge of got the water, got it hot enough. This is what it's all about. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is the first time I've really played the game since it updated. I played it in VR a couple of times, but I spent most of the time in desktop, and I'm just beyond impressed.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely. Now I'm gonna see if I can do a yard job around the harbor with my Mikado.
I cannot wait until we have the 060 to do the yard jobs.
Yep.
Turn the gun off.
Yeah, I'll catch y'all later. I'm gonna call it a night.
Later, Hostler. Thanks for
Alright.
stopping by.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Have a good
Oh yeah,
one.
that switch is totally good for 70 miles an hour.
Yep. Take care.
Okay, hop back into the cab. Well, if you guys are here and you haven't joined our Discord yet, we end up talking about this kind of stuff a lot in there, and really all things railroading. To get our Discord, hit the ! Discord in the chat, and that'll get you a link. Or go ahead and check out the description below if you're watching this at a later date. You'll be able to find the links in there. A little bit of shameless self-promo, but you know, we gotta do that occasionally. Water going in. See, I don't know this map enough. I don't know where I am. I don't know what the railroad's doing. I think I'm downhill. If I played this more, I'm sure I'd have it memorized. Be able to be a little bit more well-balanced with what I'm doing. I think this is a downhill here. I should put a scoop of coal in. Have that blower on to keep the heat up.
Are you past? Well, I'm guessing you're past that tunnel, heading toward the steel mill.
I am.
Yeah, it's after this S curve. That's when you hit the straightaway.
Ah, this is gorgeous.
I know, right?
Oh, 80 miles an hour uphill. Okay. We're gonna pop that throttle open. Get some water going in and get some coal going in. How's our tender doing? And check that. See, just what I thought. You're out by the time you hit the top of the grade here. So you really do have to just go stop at the steel mill and get water before you do anything else. Alright, and we're gonna... We're still going uphill. It looks like our friend Mark is about to start streaming over on his YouTube channel, little known YouTuber Heist, if you haven't heard of him before.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we're gonna wrap up here when we get to the steel mill. Sorry for cutting it short, but you know, don't want to step on his toes. All of us scheduled out our nights that we weren't stepping on each other. So we'll get to the steel mill and we'll call it for a night. But if you did stick around this long, thank you. Do look out next Wednesday for that stream. It's railroad etiquette, the do's and don'ts of getting involved. May seem like a boring one, but definitely hop in for it. We have a panel of 4 people. We're going to be playing Railroader, new game coming out in 2023 on Steam, operations-based game. And we have a wonderful panel of industry experts. We have oh.
Oh,
That's
dear.
one way to end it. Well, that was... Ow! Oh my god! Well, tune in on Wednesday for Railroad Etiquette, the do's and don'ts of railroad, do's and don'ts of getting involved. We have Mr. C.A. Railroader out from California. He comes with management experience as a train master and have worked various roles prior to then in the railroad. We have Miss Ricky Dearden. She worked for the TVRM and has worked for IOU Pacific and the Chehalis Railroad. Once upon a time, we have Rick Forey from the B&M Historical Society, and we have the one and only Mr. Mark Huber from the Colorado Railroad Museum and Bean Sniff, talking about what coming at us with the Class 1 and museum experience. It's going to be a stream you're not going to want to miss. We're going to have a grand old time with it. What a way to send it off. I'm 1 for 7 with Steam mentions in this game so far. So thank you all for watching tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. And we will see you all Wednesday. Have a good night.
Take care. Looking forward to it.